Okay, thank you so much for joining me today during your lunch break. So today I would like to give this talk about emotions matter. So we try to understanding our feelings to enhance our communication skill. So before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodian of this land on which we gather and pay our respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. So now, how many of you have seen the movie Inside Out? If you have, can you just put in a check list, say yes, and how do you enjoy the movie or not? For me, it's a great film about emotions and how they influence our lives, even if we don't always realize it. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Now, think back to one of the happiest moments in your life. Or maybe a joyful memory from your childhood. When you think about it, notice how it makes you feel. So when we are happy, everything around us feel lighter, like the world is filled with color and life is full of possibilities. So when we feel good, life feels good. Everything seems possible. And in Inside Out, we see different emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear, disgust. We all have these emotions within us, right? And they affect us deeply. Think about it. When you are sad, you may find it hard to focus. Everything seems more negative. When you are angry, you might find it hard to listen or talk to others. These emotions doesn't just stay in our heads, they spread how we connect with others. If you are happy, it seems you talk to other people will really get your energy and really enjoy talking to you. And on contrast, when you are angry, you probably just block out. You can hear how other people try to tell you, and you will be just unable to come and think about it. Now, let's talk about something we call EQ. I think a lot of you have known EQ, so EQ, and some of you may not. So EQ means emotional intelligence. I think most of you have heard IQ. So IQ is the intelligence quotient. So IQ we know is kind of see how smart we are in a way. So how much we know, how our how should I say, our skills, our knowledge, all this technical part of our intelligence. EQ is a bit different. EQ, like mentioned, is we sometimes call emotional intelligence, but they can call emotional quotients. So it's our ability to understand and managing our own emotions and respond effectively to the emotion of others. So it's about relationship and connections. So it sounds kind of really useful, but how to do it? So IQ can be trained. We can read more books. We can, do more math. We can, have more, all kind of training you can do. So EQ can be hard, but it can be done. Let's look at this. So we don't know how we can improve our emotional intelligence, but we know the poor EQ. Here are some concise examples of how poor EQ will represent. You probably know someone who always seems to get into arguments with others, and friends, family, or coworkers, or even random strangers on the road. They probably will have they call courage, or they are just unable to control their emotions. So you can see those low emotional intelligence sign like being argumentative. So always like to argue with others, not listening, always blaming others, never their own faults, and sometimes outbursts. So we know this is not good. You're unable to listen to others. You're unable to solve any conflict or any situation there. So why EQ matters? So we know EQ is very important, while IQ major knowledge and problem-solving skill, and EQ is about relationship. How can you control your emotions? How can you try to avoid those kind of situations? So there's a survey at work from Health Match. They actually telling us 71 of employers actually value EQ above IQ in employees. Only 59% will not hire, also not only, they are 59% will not hire someone with higher IQ but low EQ. What does this mean to us? Even you have a high IQ, it doesn't necessarily get you a job. You have a high IQ with the high EQ, most likely you do well in your work environment, in all different kinds of situations. So let's see. Can emotional intelligence really be learned? Yes, this is good news. Emotional intelligence can be developed. You can grow it. So today, the main point, so we're going to walk you through 4 simple steps to help build your emotional intelligence. Just give you an overall of this framework. When we look at the emotional intelligence, we kind of look at ourselves and we all look at others. And you look at whether you're aware of the situation and whether you can manage your situation. So I think the first step for us, really important, is we need to have a self-awareness. So it's about you, about I, about we. So we need to understand, we need to recognize our mood, our emotions, and we need to understand where it comes from. The second one, you will look at yourself again, I think. So you need to think about how can you control your emotion, okay? Then we go to third one here. The third column will be others. So this is you kind of aware other friends, other people surrounding you. So this is called social. So this is also known as empathy. We're going to talk about that just a bit later. Finally, will be social skills. So social skills is really ultimately when you have all these 3 different elements that will build you strong relationship with others. Let's go to one by one of these each elements. First one is about self-awareness. So awareness means you find out something, okay? So the first step in building EQ is self-awareness. It's all about noticing your own feeling and knowing why you feel the way you do. So for example, if you are feeling stressed, maybe you worry about an upcoming deadline, exam, or essays. So imagine if you are feeling stressed, if you can just pause and think, why am I stressed? Is this the deadline coming? Then you realize, yes, there's reason for me to get stressed. So there's a reason for me to feel how I feel now. So recognizing your emotion help you to managing it better rather than they control you. So self-awareness is a recognize your own emotion is the first step. So we realize we are feeling stressed because there's some reason. So I think the first step for us is really important to find out what caused me feel the way I'm feeling now. So if you understand that, you will not feel like lost. Why I'm feel unhappy? Find out the reason why you are feeling unhappy. Then, then we go to the second step, which is self-management. So you need to self-control in a sense. Once you are aware of your emotion, then you can work on managing them. It's almost like if you are a doctor, you know your symptom, then you diagnose, you know what caused the symptom. Then you need to take medicine, you need to manage this problem. Similarly, if you know how you feel it, what caused it, it doesn't mean we ignore our feeling. We need to recognize our feeling, and then we need to learn how to respond to those feelings in a constructive way. So they say if you are angry, instead of reacting instantly, take a moment, breathe, and think about why make you upset. And then this small pause can make you a big difference in how you respond and how you connect with others. A wise friend was telling me, never respond to an email when you are angry at this person. Always write the email, save it. Don't send out right away, wait until next day. After you wake up in the morning, check the email, then send it. And I think that is really wise, because when you are angry at someone, you just only want to give your response to this person. You just write, and you didn't really think carefully. You probably will hurt other people's feeling, and you probably intention to do it because you feel they are hurting your feeling, and I must react that. However, we need to think about our ultimate goal. So what's our agenda, what we want to achieve? So at this point, step 2, you need to manage your emotion. So once you're aware of what you are feeling, the next step, which is now you're managing it, this means you're learning to respond to your feelings in a healthy way. After we understand our feeling, we know how to respond. We know how to take a moment, how to digest, how to respond in a constructive way, in a healthy way. Then we need to go to the next step, which is also very important. This is called empathy. I think if you don't understand empathy meaning, you can search on the web, write this word in a site. So empathy is really, really important. So what does empathy mean? So empathy means you kind of understand other people's feeling, even you are very well off, but you need to understand how your friends feeling. When we are comfortable with our own emotions, so we are better to recognize and understand of our not just our own emotions, but also others, the emotions of others. Think about a friend who seems down, unhappy. Then with empathy, you might think they are quieter than usual, so you know how they not quite themselves. So it may be something bothering them. So by showing empathy, you are listening to them and offering support. Sometimes you don't really need to give any advice. Just make them there. Just make them knowing you are there for them. So I hear you. That is really very basic about empathy. Sometimes we may not able to provide any advice. Sometimes the best not to provide any advice. However, you let your friends know you are there. I'm there for you if you need me. I hear you. I know how you feel. So this is really important in our third step. However, I believe if you understand your feeling first, you are able to manage your own feeling, then you really can understand other people's feeling. Then if you can understand other people's feeling, let them know. Let your friend know. Let other people know you are there for them. Okay? Then when other friends understood feeling you are there for them, they are open their heart for you, then the communication can get stronger. So this is how we build our EQ. If you remember, I was asking you, can emotional intelligence really be learned? The answer is yes, and you need to take a bit of effort. The effort is first, you really understand your feelings. Second, you need to how to manage it. Then third one, you show your empathy with others. Now we are talking about our final stage. And this is not just one goal. Say, today I realize my feeling, I can managing it, I can show my empathy to our friends. It's not working like that. It's every day, one small step at a time. So we not look at the huge change, but we look at incremental change. Little change. Today I'm more stronger with my own feeling. I can manage it better. I have to say, sometimes I was so lost. Like I feel like I need to control my emotion more. I need to think about the way to solve my problem. But I don't think I am absolutely like can control my emotions. So, but it's okay. We just one step at a time. Every day is better than yesterday. Today is better than yesterday. Tomorrow will be better than today. So if you build these three stage, awareness, managing it, understand others, then we come to the first one. The first step is how we increase our EQ. When we can increase our EQ, remember, you will more successful in the job. You can do well with your friends, your classmates, with your colleague, and with stranger even. Now, what's the final step? We are waiting for this. This is just the final stage when you show your results. If you are able to manage yourself, your feelings, and others, then you can manage your relationship with others. Okay. This is interesting to tell you about emotional intelligence domains hierarchy. I did mention earlier, you must be honest with your own feelings. So this is the first step about self-awareness. Then you can manage your emotions and also understand others. Then you come back to the final stage, is relationship management. So to build good relationship, you must show your empathy. Okay, good relationships are built on trust and understanding. So if you can show your empathy and then you understand your own emotion and others' emotion, then everything will, your emotion intelligence make it that possible to build on the trust and understanding. Now, climbing a mountain. Let's give one example about climbing a mountain with friends to expand the emotional quotients. Sorry, emotional quotients and emotional intelligence, they are interchangeably, okay? So let's imagine if we are climbing a mountain with a friend, or maybe just one friend. At the start, you and your friend feel excited, full of energy, and we are conquer the world, and we are go higher, and you become very, at this moment, you are happy, you are joyful, and then you know what make you happy because you have some expectation. When you start climbing, it become more challenging because you are getting tired, your muscle getting pain, and then this is self-awareness. So this is how our emotion intelligence comes in, okay? So we are being self-aware means you notice those feelings rather than ignore them. When you are feeling challenging, feeling tiring, feeling a bit frustrated with yourself, and you should not ignore them. You should not say we keep going. You need to understand why I'm feeling frustrated because I'm feeling tired. Maybe I should take a bit break, not too long, 5 minutes, drink a bit of water, have one muesli bar to get back to your strength. Then then you understand this. Then this is almost second part, managing your feelings, and then you can move on to higher step. So you can keep going, and eventually you can climb the mountain. So 1 and 2 is kind of together. So you realize your emotion, you try to managing it, okay? Then finally, you need to empathy with your friends. When you are climbing a mountain, you know how you feel. You should also understand your friends. Look at your friends who is with you, and then how they feel. Are they also feeling the same emotion as you? When you are tired, maybe they are not. That's fine. But when you are feeling good, they are feeling tired. You need to kind of just be aware. So if everything seems okay, but your friend suddenly quieter than usual or slowing down, then empathy is let you recognize their feelings. Then you could encourage them. You can talk to them. Are you okay? You can ask them a kind word, we are almost there. Or you can request them or ask them, would you like to suggest you can suggest them a short break. So all kinds of things you can suggest your friend to let them know you are supporting them and they can trust you. So this is how empathy coming to let you create this supportive environment. If you can do the first three, understand your emotion, control it, and then you understand your friends, so then you can go to the final one, relationship management. So with everyone, support each other. You reach the top as a group. Both of you, or if each of you, will understand that this is not an easy climb. It's difficult, it's challenging, but by our communicating with each other, we can encourage each other, and eventually we can achieve our common goal, which is climbing the mountain, achieve the top. And by doing this, by understand your self-awareness, understand self, you can manage yourself, and you can show your empathy with others. All combined together, you can build a very strong relationship with your friends and very positive memory of this mountain climbing. All right. I hope this example give you a good example to help you understand what's emotional intelligence. How can that help us to achieve? So I'll come back to this just a bit later. So yeah, at the end, building emotional intelligence is like climbing a mountain with friends. With each step, awareness, self-management, empathy, and relationship skill, we build stronger connections and a better sense of understanding. All right, thank you all for being here today. I hope this inspire you to see emotions as a powerful tools that can help us connect and communicate better with others. Remember, emotions really do matter. And thanks for coming, everyone. I know this is lunchtime. I'm sorry, I don't know who is here, but really appreciate you are here. If you are here before we go, we have 5 minutes. Would you please kindly just fill the survey for me so I can, for my future improvement. Thank you, everyone. And I'm here for questions. If you have any questions, you are welcome to ask here. Oh, sorry. Charlene, you have questions. Did you raise your hand? All right. Okay, no worries. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, we finish out today's talk. But I really want you to do the survey if you are here today. Okay, bye now. Thank you.